All right, welcome everybody back to Dad's Coffee Break. My name is James, and today we are taking a break with more Kingdoms Reborn on brutal difficulty. So far, everything seems to be going okay. Last episode, we continued to build out our town here, Gobletter Bali. What did we do? We expanded our presence all the way down to this coal mine. So we now have a nice supply of coal coming in. We also unlocked this province over here and set up another forester and fruit gatherer. So we have a good supply of food and wood coming in. Beyond that, we set up a mushroom farm, we set up a quarry, we got our trade port down, so now we can trade for things we don't have, kind of like medicine. And we just continue to grow. Really, that's the gist of it. And so today, what I really want to focus on doing is building out the farms over here. We put down our first 2 wheat farms. Yes, wheat. Last time. And so I want to build a couple more wheat farms. And as soon, oh, speak of the devil, as soon as we have the seeds, I want to build medicinal herb farms as well, so we can start bringing in our own medicine, because that's going to be extremely important in the near future. And you can notice, I think last episode I had about 150, and this time I'm already at 82. So this is going to go down much more quickly as our population increases. With that being said, our next tech that we're going to unlock is going to be mushroom log sterilization. This just decreases the amount of wood needed for our mushroom farms by actually a significant amount, by 50%. So we're going to go ahead and research that next, which will unlock Era 2. Beyond that, there's not much else to research in Era 1 right now. Nothing that I think really will change the game up in any significant way. We could do Boreal or Tundra Expedition, but we're not really close to any Tundra or Boreal forests to expand into. At least I don't think so. No, most of the provinces surrounding me are actually jungle or forest, not necessarily boreal. Yeah, boreals are up here. So it's not highly relevant to me at this point, and I don't know if it ever will be, to be quite honest. So we won't be researching that. The other is Spy Guard, and this actually gives you access to Treasury Guard and Kidnapping Guard, which protects you against other players kidnapping or snatching up your gold. But since the AI really doesn't, at least we haven't seen it interact with us in any real way, shape, or form besides gifts, I don't think it's very important at this point in time. As development of this game goes on, I fully anticipate these are going to be key to a successful game, but for right now, mushroom log sterilization just makes the most sense, and this really doesn't have any effect. As we unlock Era 2, we're going to want to look at getting access to ironworks. This will give us access to the iron mine, smelter, for instance, and then the blacksmith, so we can get that mining equipment card in place. But all things to come in the future. I'm going to wait to build those other wheat farms and medicinal herb farms. I do want to get them down quickly, but right now we actually don't have anybody to either build or work those farms. So we'll hold on until we get new citizens coming in, which hopefully should be soon, especially since we just built our immigration office. And as the work gets done, they will be bringing in new immigrants to our town here. Okay, and we just unlocked our the ability to gain influence points. Now, if you didn't watch my other Let's Play of Kingdoms Reborn, or you haven't played this game, influence points are essentially what military is abstracted into. It allows you to claim land, so be able to expand into provinces that are right next to you. And as the game goes on, it actually allows you to conquer the land from other AI towns or other player towns, and vassalize other towns as well. So you can go ahead and spend influence points on things like that. You might also be noticing that I did claim this province right next to our town hall, and I did so just so I can expand our housing here in town. 3 immigrants from Rouen want to join you. They think your city is a lot better place to make a living. Yep, I am going to accept. We have the housing. We have everything we need. Our town has now grown into a large town, um, and we get access to another book. Since I am going to be putting down a beer brewery and focusing on beer production in the near future, I am actually going to get this beer tax card. See how that works out. As far as those 3 immigrants go, you can't help but notice a white smile that spread across the immigrant child as she enters her promised land. Well, glad we could help. Oh, and then, okay. 5 immigrants from Stark want to join you. They think a better place to make a living. Now, I do not have the housing currently to support these 5 new immigrants. I am actually over it, over my housing limit at the moment. The one thing that happens if you are over this limit, and if you do have people that are homeless, like right here, for instance, is that they will leave if you do not build housing for them. And you may think that the game might give you a couple seasons in order to build those houses, the people just taking their time, letting you build it up, and then going, well, we've had enough, we're out of here. No, they will actually leave relatively quickly from being homeless. So with that in mind, well, let's try it. Okay. So now we're at 7 laborers and 2 builders. I'm going to put down some housing and make sure that everybody has a place to live. Okay. And I've put down 3 more houses up here surrounding this tavern. And you'll notice that they are now leaving our town. Like I mentioned, they leave extremely quickly to the point where it's very hard to build up houses while people are homeless without them leaving. Animals are eating your crops. One way to deal with this is to build a hunting lodge near your farms. For faster animal killing, change hunting lodge's work mode to poison arrow. Unlocked the archer barracks. Okay, and now this is where the military aspect comes into this game. An archer barracks, and I'm going to go, I have the gold. I'm going to go ahead and buy it just to show you guys. So the archer barracks consumes wood and transforms that into influence points. So by doing so, that's how the military is abstracted into these influence points. It's just these buildings, these barracks. And like I said earlier, as you gain influence points, you can use those to claim other provinces surrounding your town, conquer other provinces from AI players, or even vassalize them. I am not going to build this right now. I need the wood to go towards mushroom farming and to go towards house production. We're doing okay as far as stockpile goes, but I would like to see that increasing because the other thing I want to build is this furniture workshop so our houses can actually upgrade. In fact, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put this into place right now. So with that in mind, I'm going to hold on to this Archer Barracks card, potentially even sell it later. But we'll see what happens. I'm eager to see if at the higher difficulty the AI actually does start trying to conquer some territory, especially AI that are close to me, like Berg Guild or Rouen. But we will see. By the way, I know I'm butchering Rouen, so I apologize. We're still having animals eat our crops. You'll notice that the hunting lodge here doesn't have a lot of animals around the forest. I think part of that is just mainly due to development and these houses right here. So what I'm going to do is actually move this hunting lodge a little bit closer so it can incorporate the farming area into this sphere of influence, or this radius anyway. Okay, and we put that right here. So not too far away, just enough to... Okay, and now we've unlocked province conquering, like I mentioned. But, geez Louise, hold on one sec, guys. I'm actually not going to trade anything. But we put it here just so these farms are within the radius of this hunting lodge. We might build more or another hunting lodge down here, just so it covers the rest of this river area, but we'll see. Also notice that there's some animals down here too. All right, and we have our first level 2 house. And this is as a result of the furniture being built. So now that this furniture workshop is up, it's going to consume wood and build furniture, and our people are just going to go and automatically pick it up from our storage stockpile. As a result of getting access to these different luxuries, so furniture of which is one, houses are going to upgrade. And as they upgrade, they need different luxuries in order to continue that upward path, or they will downgrade to lower tiers. So just keep a lookout for that. But for luxury tier 1, it's beer, cannabis, furniture, and pottery. Furniture and beer, I found, tend to be the easiest ones unless you're near a cannabis province, which I don't think we are at the moment. Or are we set up to really pursue that? And I believe so the first upgrade, level 2, will come with one luxury. And then once you start getting another luxury, they will upgrade to level 3. And then tier 2 is clothes, wine, chocolate, candles. Tier 3, book, fashionable clothes, and jewelry. All of these tiers are harder to gain access to or require more production buildings, more access to resources as the game goes on. So things like books, fashionable clothing involve multiple tiers of items that you need in order to unlock that. So it's a little bit tougher. Unlocked building combo. You can gain building combo by constructing multiple buildings of the same type. Okay, so what this is essentially it's incentivizing you to build multiple types of one building. I think I talked about it in my last game, but this bonus really just applies to things like the furniture workshop or the mushroom farm. I want to say, does it apply? Yes, it does. So if you have 2 of the same building, you actually get a bonus to production, and it goes up by the number of buildings that you have. So, and the number of workers that you have. So for this building right here, we are gaining access to a 5% bonus in efficiency due to having 2 fishing lodges. The other thing that will come into play a lot of the time are what are called like furniture towns, or I think forestry has it too, forest town. This is just essentially a modifier that adds to that as you add more of those buildings down. So it can be a great way of increasing the efficiency of your production buildings and really incentivize you to focus on a few key um, key production items and then trade for the rest. We've also just unlocked the library card, and this is another housing. This is another building that gets its modifier from the surrounding housing. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this and show you guys. So similar to the tavern, it does have a radius of effect, and if you put it near housing, you'll see that it gets +2 science from the houses surrounding it. Now, something to take into account is that it only gets +2 science if the building is level 2 or up. Sorry, I think I said if the building is level 2 or up. I meant if the house is level 2 or up. So just make sure that you're continuing to upgrade your houses as time goes along. So we just reached the next era, and we have access to one of these modifying books here. Frugality, which is decreases the upkeep, production increase, or consumes 40% less input. I'm actually going to get the sustainability book. Congratulations, we have now reached era 2. Unlocked global slot cards. Birth control, cold treatment, chimney restrictor. Those are great. And show tech tree. So let's go ahead. Let's tee up our next tech. I am going to get access to the ironworks. That way we can build our iron mine and iron smelter and start selling iron on the open market for things like medicine and wood. And for the sustainability book, I am going to put it into the beer brewery so we consume less wheat that way, and we can actually build a baker in the future. All right, we've unlocked the windmill. Would you like to buy a windmill car for 180 gold? Yes, I would. And the bakery. Perfect. Okay, so what the windmill does is it actually adds a production bonus to your farms. So if it's right next to them like this, it produces a radius, and you can see that I'm getting 10% production bonus of all the farms within that radius. So I'm going to build it. Okay, I'm going to build it right here. And then I'm going to build my baker right next to it. Okay, we've completed our next research. Let's take a look. What I am going to get next is actually blacksmith. This is going to allow us to build tools from iron bars and wood, and they are extremely lucrative on the world market, so we can sell them and make lots and lots of money. Caravan has arrived, asking to trade. No. No. I will buy the iron mine card, and I will buy the iron smelter. All right, and you'll notice right there a house downgraded as a result of not having any furniture or beer. So that's something just to keep an eye out for. Houses will downgrade. And it looks like our fuel reserve is running low as well. But I think with that, I am actually going to go ahead and call it a day. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Our town is doing quite well. We're at 73 population already. Happiness is relatively high. We have good amount of influence points coming in, gold, science, and we're maintaining stockpiles right now. But we should be looking to improve our coal, wood, and food stockpile in the next episode here before we run into any issues. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Stay tuned for the next one. Please like and subscribe so you can. And find out what happens to Gobletter Bali in our next episode of Kingdoms Reborn on Broto difficulty. Alright guys, well I hope you all are doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.